Hi everyone, welcome back to another video and thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, I'll be sharing with you what you should never do as a new week. Peradventure you're even someone who has been practicing for a long period of time, these are the things that you must never find yourself doing because it can put you in a big problem. I want to speak from experience, even though it's not a direct experience, but I have a friend. Can I say friend? He's a colleague, and when he found himself in that problem, that was a period of time I got to know him and I got to know the fact, and I want to speak based on that information. Right now, this matter is before the courts. So these are the things you should never do. Before I continue, my name is Mary and thank you so much for tuning in. I think I've thanked you the other time. Okay, so please do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel. On this channel, the aim is to eradicate the ignorance of law in Nigeria, and at the same time I put out content to help new lawyers. Okay, so if you're watching this video, when we talk about new week, it means someone who is just coming out of the Nigerian law school, that is a fresh lawyer. So that is what we refer to as a new week. In case you're watching this video and you're confused what I mean by new week. Okay, so let's dive into it. The first thing you should never do is to give your stamp and seal to a non-lawyer. Even if you be giving your stamp and seal to a lawyer, please make sure you go through the document and sign. For example, every year we apply for stamp and seal, and what I mean by stamp and seal, I believe you should know what stamp and seal is. Probably I should get up and show you what it means. Okay, I had to get up to, this is actually an old stamp and seal. Okay, so I want to use this to explain. I don't know if you can see it. So this is what stamp and seal means, and it will have the name and the Supreme Court number of the lawyer. Okay, so this every year we apply for stamp and seal, and oftentimes it gets finished before you apply for another one. For example, we have to pay practicing fee and every other fee before March 31st so that you can get another stamp and seal. So currently I'm out of stamp and seal. I have paid everything I need to pay, but it's still on the process. So, and I have a document I'm preparing, or a court process. I need to put stamp and seal on it and sign and take it to the court. So in that situation, it is possible for me to say, oh, call a colleague and get one from a colleague. Okay, so oftentimes we see lawyers that they just give the stamp and seal because they feel this one is my colleague, they give it out to the person to use. What you need to do, I'll explain why and how it can put you in a big problem. So what you need to do in that situation is to go collect the document, go and bring your documents, let me read through, put the stamp, and you should be the one to append your signature. Okay, that is if you're even given to a lawyer. Let's not talk of a non-lawyer. Why this can put you, or how it might put you in a big problem, is because you don't really know what document they are preparing, and the fact that your name will be on it and your seal will be on it, the law sees it like that document emanates from your office. So here is what happened. There is a particular colleague, there is a particular matter at the EFCC that was part of it. There is confidentiality in our profession, so I'm not divulging any information, but I'm just trying to explain the situation that colleague found himself. So there is a matter at the EFCC. My client was there. I was representing my client. So the other parties, apparently the other parties, as there is a particular lawyer who is a friend to the other parties. They got the stamp and seal of that other lawyer. It's actually a land transaction. So they got the stamp and seal. There is someone who owns a particular land. The man is nowhere to be found, and the drafted a fresh land sales agreement, deed of assignment, and they put this lawyer, who is not even part of them but just a friend to one of those parties, they put a stamp and seal, try to put the signature as if that document emanated from him, which means that it must have been briefed. That is what it means, that it must have been briefed by some parties, like, okay, this and that. Basically, he was being invited for this for an interview, like, okay, who briefed you, who is your client, how did this land transaction come about? He could not give any facts because he was dumbfounded, because that did not pass through his table. And right now, somehow is one of the defendants and is standing trial before the court. What I'm trying to say in essence is that this can put you in a very big problem. So before you give your stamp and seal out, sometimes you see some people be like, oh, I'm going to give you some money from the brief and things like that. It is not bad if you want to give your seal to another colleague, but make sure you go through the documents. But in the situation whereby you're just giving a full sheet, you get 4 sheets oftentimes, you know, as a new wig, I think it will be for free for you the first year. You get 4 sheets and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with this thing. Before next year, before 2026, probably I will still be having a lot of them with me. Let me just give one out. Please don't do that. You can keep them probably in the office. Try and use as many as possible. You know, many of the superiors, they have their own, and probably they will need to use it. You as well support them with your sample and make sure that you don't give that to anyone. The second that also relates to that is, don't sign any document that you do not draft. This happened a lot, particularly why I'm saying this for the new wig is because they are the face, or let me direct it to you. If you're a new wig, you are the face whereby you're done from school, and probably like myself, that my parent told me, now I have trained you for your first degree, you need to do well, perform well to help yourself to get your master's, if at all you want to do that. Okay, so probably at this point of your life, no money is coming from your parents, nothing is coming from your uncles and aunties, and you're like, oh, I need to be smart, I need to make the best out of the profession. Yes, you can do that, but don't do it in a way that will put you in a problem. So if somebody just, okay, sometimes they will ask you as a new wig, because they know you're just coming out of school, out of law school, and you need some money, and they'll be like, okay, draft this agreement for me, and you're charging them 20%, and they're like, oh, that's too much. And then you're like, okay, I will draft the document myself, just sign and put your seal. That is still wrong. That is still wrong. Trust me, you will still make, if you follow some of the videos I have on this YouTube channel, carving a niche for yourself and standing out, and yes, building a brand, and people will know you for it, and you will make your money. But instead of you doing it, that is what you should focus on. I'll try and put the link of some of those videos in the description box. But if you want to go by this, oh, I need this money, I don't want this brief to go, that is not a brief. That is not a brief. If someone is telling you to just sign a document that has not been drafted by you, that is not a brief. So these are the 2 things I have for you in this video that you should never do as a new wig. I understand that you need to make a lot of money. I understand that probably money is not coming from anywhere at this point of your life, but you can still build your brand. We all, or many of us, found ourselves in that same situation. I talked about it in one of my videos. I came to Abuja from Oyo State, and somehow I was stranded. The job I came for, probably I think I've talked about it, or probably I will still talk about it in another video. The job I came for was not paying. I was practically stranded for about 6 months, but today I thank God the story is not the same anymore. So please don't involve yourself in anything that will put you in the problem, all in the name of you want to make money at that period of time.